DJ Kryptonite here. What's going on? It's like my third video today. Um, I just got some catching up to do with respect to the boxing world. Uh, I guess news is out that Terrence Crawford is, I guess, essentially agreed to terms or close to agreeing to terms with Kell Brook. Um, Kell Brook again Terrence Crawford. Kell Brook he's decent, but I'm not exactly sure what Kell Brook has left, at least with the elite welterweights out there and super welterweights. Um, he had a tough fight with. In fact, he just had a fight, I believe, earlier this year. I believe he beat the guy, but the guy he's like a mediocre journeyman type guy. Before then, he was out of boxing for 2 years. I know he had some orbital problems. After triple, I believe he fought Triple G, he fought Errol Spence, and I think he fought those two back to back. Um, Maybe not. I'm not exactly sure, but those were pretty tough fights for Kell Brook, and I don't know if he's the same fighter. So Terrence Crawford is I don't want to say he's cherry picking, but he's just fighting what's available to him because of the situation he's in, because he's at the mercy of Top Rank, where Top Rank can't get him fights. They're not even trying to get him fights, and most of the welterweights under PBC or Al Heyman, they don't need to fight him. For what? Why would you fight Terrence Crawford? There's no reason for it. You can make big fights within your own, in your own stable, so to speak, or you're under your own promotion company, and make fights just as big. So why would you even take the chance and go in there with Terrence Crawford? Um, and is it even worth the risk? 'Cause if Terrence Crawford is as good as people say he is it worth the risk to go and fight him when you can fight somebody that's less risky, more upside, potentially more upside? Why would you do that? And you probably get a larger purse on the PBC side. So if you start to negotiate with Terrence Crawford is going to want to get the lion's share of the proceeds and that sort of thing. So why even go down that road? Terrence Crawford signed himself into a corner with Top Rank, and now he's paying for it. So again, Kell Brook versus Crawford. Listen, I haven't even seen Crawford fight anybody legitimate. I don't even know what his portfolio looks. His portfolio looks terrible. Um, his resume is just not. It's lackluster. I don't even know who to compare him to at this point. You can't even really do a fair assessment. That's why I kind of chuckle when they say he's the best pound for pound, based off of what? His resume is average at best. But again, the hype machine that is ESPN and the talking heads that drink the Kool-Aid to say, oh, Terrence Crawford is the best out there because he's who has he fought? Who has he beat? I I don't know. I don't know how you can rate him as the best pound for pound boxer in the world. That doesn't even make any sense to me. His resume is, like I said, it's average at best. He's a talented guy. You can tell he has talent, but has he fought anybody to declare him the best out there? Nah, not at this point. Um, but anyway, Kell Brook, Terrence Crawford. Like I said, he's pulling people off the shelves at this point. Kell Brook had some health issues with respect to his orbital bone, I believe his eye from Triple G, and he's been in a number of stabbings in England. I guess in England they don't really shoot much. I guess I hear they have a knife issue or stabbing issue on the streets of London or something to that effect. They use knives more so than anything else. So he's getting himself into the trouble and jeopardizing his health. What kind of shape is he gonna be in? Um, Mentally, emotionally, have these stabbings had any impact on his physical health? Don't know. But Terrence Crawford, he may be getting another uh, henpecked, cherry-picked opponent that he can put on his resume to say, "Ooh, I beat Kell Brook." Yeah, but what's left in Kell Brook? I think Kell Brook is 34 years old. What's left? He's had some tough. He had a tough fight with Errol Spence, tough fight with Triple G, um, and then he had those run-ins with the stabbing incidents. I don't know. Again, after he beats Kell Brook, then he's gonna act. They're gonna act as if he's the best thing since sliced bread again. I don't see it. Again, I believe the best welterweight out there is probably Errol Spence. Pound for pound list, I really don't get into that too much. Um, but I would think Errol Spence is on that list, um, pretty high up there. He has some pretty significant fights, pretty decent opponents. Um, so not sure. Anyway, I don't know how I really feel about Kell Brook versus Terrence Crawford. Um, I, and at this point, I don't even know if Terrence Crawford would even Bud Crawford is even going to sign the papers for this. I know they're close to it, but he's acting as if he's demanding crazy money and he's not taking a pay cut, given that there aren't any ticket sales anymore. There aren't tickets unless this is going to be a pay-per-view bout. There is no uh, door sales, so to speak, or ticket sales or arena sales that he can actually pull revenue from. That's not there, so he's going to have to take a hit, but he's unwilling to do so, which is ridiculous. So if he wants to wait another 6 months until everything opens back up, if he manages his money properly, I guess he can do that. But if you're unwilling to make adjustments to your pay due to these arenas, unable to open, inability to open at this point, I don't know. It may be a little bit unreasonable. I don't know. But again, I'm not in this situation. I don't know what he's doing. Um, but boxing is in a position where they can actually benefit the one of the more sports that can benefit the most out of this pandemic situation because it's a one-on-one type situation, very small camps, uh, and if these things go pay-per-view, people are clamoring for sports events, and just to put something on pay-per-view, so you sign two big guys, big names, and you make it a pay-per-view event, and essentially an empty arena. You'll make a killing off of that. I think this is a prime opportunity for boxing to reestablish itself as one of the premier sporting events out. Boxing has fell off a lot because of MMA, but this is an opportunity for them to 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 move up a couple rungs on the ladder. We'll see though, but I just don't see the promotion companies taking advantage of this stuff. So we'll see. I don't really have a prediction for it. I just don't see Kell Brook offering much against Terrence Crawford, but we'll see. All right, DJ Kryptonite out. Talk to you soon.